Welcome back, and today we're talking about Mushoku Tensei episode 5, and this episode for me was the best one of them all. I mean, episode 5 was truly just great. We got to meet new great characters. We got to see Rudy in action. It was absolutely great, but Ghislaine, I think, is the one that actually stole the show. I mean, talk about OP. I cannot wait to see Ghislaine actually fight like at 100% full power, like actually fight somebody that can fight her equally. I'm pretty sure that fight is going to be insane. But before we talk about what happened in this episode, let me remind you to like and subscribe. It helps the channel out, and of course I greatly appreciate it. But we find out in this episode exactly what Rudy's job is. And the letter from Paul, it was funny because you can just tell that Paul is the type of character that he doesn't hold back, right? Like he just tells you what's on his mind, and he doesn't really think about the consequences, right? I mean, talking about Ghislaine, she got mad like 20 times, but when he talked about being in bed with her and stuff like that, it was funny. Paul, he's just a pervert, like father, like son at this point, right? I feel like whenever Rudy got reincarnated, they picked the father that essentially has the same personality as Rudy at this point. But that was awesome, right? Seeing the letter, essentially Rudy is going to become a tutor for his father's cousin. I believe that the girl's name is Eris. And you know, she's a little handful. She's definitely spoiled. And you know, when they got into it with the little fight, it was funny. I do like Eris as a character, and Rudy came up with a big elaborate plan to essentially become the tutor to Eris. He planned that they would get kidnapped, and essentially he was going to show Eris, you know, oh, look at all the cool magic I can do, and you can do the same thing if you practice, and you know, if you let me be your tutor. That was the plan. What didn't happen though, you know, it didn't go according to plan. That's for sure. They actually managed to get kidnapped for real. It turns out that one of the employees for you know, the lord of that house, which is, you know, it's a family to Rudy, he was the one behind everything. He actually planned to kidnap Eris for real. I mean, this is like a noble family, and whenever Eris was kidnapped, and I mean, I felt sorry for her because whenever she got her head kicked in, it was really bad. I mean, she almost, I mean, it hurt. She even had missing teeth out. It's only because of Rudy that she was able to be healed. So, you know, she got lucky on that one, but damn, I mean, she got beat up hard. I felt bad for her. But there was something interesting that she said in that scene. She didn't say she was going to tell father, right? She said she was going to tell grandfather. And now, usually in animes, when, you know, when there's a kid like Eris, where essentially she's living off her parents' success and stuff like that, where essentially she thinks she can do whatever she wants, and all she has to do is tell father, and there will be consequences, right? But she said grandfather, so we know that, you know, Eris' father, he's a noble, he's part of Paul's family, he's Paul's cousin. But the grandfather, I'm guessing the grandfather is somebody way above his father, right? Way above on that scale of the nobility in this world. So I'm pretty sure when we do get to meet, you know, Eris' grandfather, is going to be a big deal. He's probably like somebody that's really, really big in this world. I wouldn't say king. I feel like king is too far. But at the very least, the second best, you know, title you can have in this world, I'm guessing. But we'll see when we get there. Now, this whole plan, of course, we know it went to hell. I mean, they got kidnapped for real. And while Rudy at first thought it was all a game, you know, he was able to escape. He was able to heal Eris, again showing just how good at magic he is. But once he was able to get back into Roa, the town that they live in, they got kidnapped again, and this is my favorite part of the episode. We essentially get to see Rudy essentially figure out, you know, yo, this is real. I gotta go ham. I gotta go fight. I gotta save Eris. And Eris, of course, being able to keep her promise. Again, we know that character can actually, you know, change. She actually acknowledges Rudy after everything he did, and who wouldn't, right? Rudy was able to fire that fire magic to create a big explosion. Of course, I'm pretty sure Rudy knew if he did that, it would get the attention of Ghislaine, and once he showed up, it was game over. But before that, right, when Rudy was fighting all three people, it was awesome. I mean, the animation on point, seeing Rudy cast all those different types of magic. Remember, he's only like 5 years old, or what, 6 years old? He's not that old, and he's able to do this. He's able to fight and keep his cool when he's fighting to the death, essentially, because they were really trying to kill this dude. I mean, they threw the sword. They were really trying to kill him because he was getting in the way of kidnapping Eris, and he really wasn't that important, right? They even tried to bribe him, and I love how Rudy kind of considered it, right? He's like, yo, is this gonna pay for 2 years worth of tuition at Magic University. And, you know, that kind of leads me to believe that Rudy, he's not above doing something bad for money, right? Like, yeah, at the end of the day, he did the right choice. He rescued Eris. He's kind of learning from his father, right? That you need to help your friends and stuff like that. But just the thought that he thought about it, he was probably buying time. But it's kind of cool to see him think about it, right? And now when Ghislaine showed up, I mean, talk about game over. She literally just chopped them in pieces. Absolutely fire scene. I loved it. That should just show you how strong Ghislaine is. Now, I kind of wish we would have seen Paul's father do the same, like see how strong Paul is. But, you know, Paul already admitted that Ghislaine is way stronger than him. So now that Rudy's going to be learning from Ghislaine, because he's still going to be practicing under the sword, just under a better master, Rudy is probably going to improve quite a lot when it comes to the sword. And seeing Rudy freak out whenever, you know, all the blood was everywhere, I like that because it kind of humanizes Rudy as a character. I mean, the world that he came from, you don't see this kind of stuff every day. I mean, you never see it in a lifetime, right? Especially Rudy, the way he was living in Japan and you know, being somebody that just stays at home, doesn't go out. He never saw this type of violence ever. And the fact that he saw it now, that should kind of tell him that, you know, this is a different world, and also give him a reality check, right? He doesn't know what's going to happen if he dies. He doesn't know if he's going to get reincarnated again. This is going to be like one-way ticket. He doesn't know. So seeing that, it's kind of like a reality check for Rudy. And, you know, at the end of the episode, Eris finally admits that she's going to allow Rudy to be her tutor. So it's about to be a good time. From the trailer that I've seen of this anime, we see that Eris, she's probably going to be a big part of the story. They're probably going to be going to, you know, together. They're going to be adventuring together. That's what I think is going to happen. But it was a really awesome episode. Loved every second of it. I cannot wait and see how this is all going to turn out. I mean, we're only in episode 5. I honestly think it's going to get way, way better as we progress. I'm sure there's going to be a time skip, maybe in like 1 or 2 episodes. I can't imagine that Rudy is going to stay here for like another 5 episodes. I feel like that's too long. Maybe like 2 or 3, and then they'll head to Magic University. We'll see how that's going to go. Great episode, definitely my favorite one in the series. Let me know what was your favorite moment in the comments down below, and make sure to like, subscribe, and I will see you on the next episode.